welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your fave Blessing, and we're back at it again with another video. So today's video is going to be about college organization. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So this video is really just about organization and just quick tips on how to have more organization when filing and just keeping track of all of your documents and things of that nature for college, especially when it comes down to comparing and contrasting colleges based on certain things when it's time to make your decision. Throughout this video, I will have like screenshots of the things that I've done or do to keep myself organized, and then you guys can just comment down below any like specific questions to those things. And if you guys want more in-depth videos on a certain tip, then be sure to comment down below and I'll make sure to do a more in-depth video of that. So yeah, so the first college organization tip is to use spreadsheets. Like, I don't know, like Excel, Google Sheets, all of that, or even if you make a table on a Word doc or whatever, that is literally by far the best thing that you can do for yourself. So specifically with spreadsheets, I would have a Excel sheet that goes ahead and outlines your costs for each school, and I have that over here. And basically what I've done is I've had all my colleges that I've heard back from, and I've went ahead and I wrote their prices down, and I've categorized it from the price of room and board, my meal plans, how much the school's giving me, how much it cost before they gave me scholarships, and then after. Me personally, I want to see how much I'm winning. Like, to me, if a school costs $10,000 and they're only paying $2,000 off and I'm getting $8,000, yes, that is really helpful. But it means more to me personally if a school costs $50,000 and only have to pay $20 because it's just like they just paid $30. So I like to see that comparison. So that's why I made sure to include a column that shows that difference. And then I also went ahead and made a column of my deposits. How much do I have to pay to make my housing deposit and my enrollment fee? And I have all of my financials there just so I can go ahead and see when it's time. If you're one to pick a school based off of money, here is a clear view to see, okay, this school costs the cheapest, this is where I'm going. The next tip is pros and cons. I know, especially when it's coming down to the nitty-gritty ends, you need to really figure out which school is better for me. Like, what is that deciding factor? So I will make a pros and cons list. So between my top colleges, I have written down a list, and I actually use notes for this. So if you have an iPhone specifically, you can go ahead and you can use the notes app, and I went ahead and made a list of pros, and then I went ahead and made a list of cons, and then I write down pros and cons. Then I further go through and I check mark the ones that mean the matter most to me, or the cons that are really like bad. So like, let's say instance a school says that they have like bugs or something, I don't know, like they don't have no air conditioning. If that's something that's really like, I would like air conditioning, especially if I'm somewhere in the South. So I went ahead and I checked that because that con is like really major for me specifically. And then afterwards, especially what I've been doing right now, the school who has the most cons, I kind of like kick that one to the side. And that's kind of how I've been differentiating between my like super close ties as far as decision making. And I do that for every school, and I kind of do it in a bracket sense. So I go ahead and start from each school, pair them together that are kind of similar in attributes, and then I keep going up, and then once I get to my last two, which I have not received all of my applications yet, so there are a few gaps and holes, then I go ahead and decide what is the winner, and that will also play a major part in my final decision. The next tip on staying organized is definitely my number one thing. And you guys might be like, it's too early for this, but have a dorm room checklist. I literally, this is the best thing you can do for yourself, especially right now with it being March. When it's time for you to go school shopping, you're going to want to have this list ready, and I highly recommend doing it early rather than later, especially if your birthday's coming up or there's just events where you'll be seeing people, especially around May when we have like Memorial Day or President's Day. I always mix up which holiday it is when they have sales. That is the best time for you to go shopping for school stuff. And even if you make your list now, like I've done, I've been able to share my list with family and friends. So when they're out and about and they just see, oh, a pack of crayons for cheap, they just pick it up for me. So I highly, highly, highly recommend making a checklist of things that you need for your dorm and just college in general. I promise you, I feel like I'm gonna get literally everything on that list just because I've started early and I've been able to share that list with family members and give them time. Like, it's March and we're in August. Like, if I don't get everything, then what are they doing? What are they doing? So definitely have a list of what you need for your necessities. The next organization tip is to have a folder labeled college acceptance letters. You need to go ahead and save all your college acceptance letters. I know personally my school goes ahead and they want your acceptance letters as proof and with your scholarship money, just so that they can have it in their records. And I know they come like sporadically. Some come in a group. You might get one like 2 in 1 week and then the next another month. So have a folder so that you can keep all of your acceptance letters in one area, or even a pile. You don't really need a folder. I personally like folders just because I know it's right there. But even if you put it in a pile and paper clip it together, that's great. But make sure you have a designated area for all of your college acceptance letters, just so you can have those memories. And if you do need it for proof for your school, you can have it on deck. You don't need to search and find all of those things. The last tip that I think is pretty major but not really major is definitely if you have any phone and you can have a folder, go ahead and have a folder of your college apps. Now, I do not have one of these because all the schools that I've gotten into, or just schools in general, I just go to the website because I don't have storage. But like, if you have storage and you want to download all your school apps, especially if you already know where you're going, I know like some schools have like the social apps and they have like, you can already get onto your Blackboard and stuff like that. If you have that, make a folder for that on your phone and keep your apps together and even label it. That will help you in the long run, and it will just keep all your school stuff in one app again. I mean, this video is about organization, so definitely want to keep all your apps of every sort organized and kept together. Those are the major tips of organization that I have. The next part of this video is more or less just like items that I think can really help you stay organized. So again, I've already said notes on Apple, Excel for spreadsheets, or Google Sheets, or any type of notebook where you can make a table as far as a means of organization is definitely a must as items. I definitely say get in the habit of having sticky notes or like a calendar / a planner. That's gonna help you right now, especially for the long run when you need to have all your classes and all your stuff put in order. You definitely are gonna need some type of organizational method. So personally, I like to use post-it notes. I stick them everywhere. Like, if you guys could see my room, I have post-it notes for literally every little thing, and I do have a gigantic calendar, which I think you guys have seen in my background in other videos. So definitely start using a calendar and some type of planner to keep yourself organized, especially with these deadlines of like when your housing deposit is due, when your enrollment fees due, orientations, all those good things for being a freshman in college. So definitely use your phone, because my phone's always with me. So I always know when something's coming up, when I missed it. So definitely figure out a way to remember all your programs that you have to do as a freshman in college, well, going into college. I mean, we're basically there, right? Yeah, we're basically there. So yeah, keep everything organized. I cannot stress this enough. This has honestly helped my college transition. I've found it so easy to know what I'm supposed to do and make sure that I'm not feeling overwhelmed with deadlines, and just do stuff really early. Like, the early burn truly gets the worm. There's so many things where I'm not stressed about it because I'm like, already finished it. Like, what are we saying? So definitely stay organized. Find a friend to keep you motivated, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful spring beginner. I know I'm on spring break, so if you guys are on spring break, I hope you enjoyed your break. If your break is coming up, I hope you enjoy your break. And if you guys have any specific organizational tips, if you guys want a more in-depth video on organizational tips or any of the tips that I commented on, please comment down below and I will be sure to make a video on that. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. Remember, stay organized, and please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your aunties, your uncles, put me on the Zoom, put me on Teams, all of that. Thank you. Bye.